You're going to work for every penny you get. Tone it down a bit because it's part-time job. Clothes, buy for places you can afford. There's no poor or rich person. It's easy for some people to get a job in the UK. I tell that thank God saying that this course where I choose advice that you don't have a rigid CV that is one CV is going to apply to all, because there are some schools that you choke. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. We have another video today about master students. Of course, you know I'm currently doing my masters in the UK and I have answers to people's questions that are just wanting to come, and I'm very happy to answer them. So I've gotten a couple of questions on Instagram I thought to bring to YouTube, because I'm sure not everybody will want to message me but have questions to ask. So I'll just answer most of them now. You can ask them in the comment sections also, and I'm going to give you a reply definitely. So here are some of the questions I've been asked and the answers I gave. She said, please, how is the flexibility of the course? That's public health. Public health in GCU is very flexible. First trimester, you go to school twice in a week and have, I think, 2 online classes. Then second trimester, you go to school 3 times in a week and have 1 online class, which is very flexible. And because you are just allowed to work 20 hours, that's pretty flexible, if I must say. Question is, I heard the school fees installment is in 8 times. So I always tell people that are coming to their masters in the UK is find a school that their school fees is very flexible, so you don't get agitated when they ask you to pay, like send you mail or they block your portal. Usually when someone tells me which school do you think I should go to, me I have to say GCU, because my school is very flexible. They give you almost a year to pay your fees, which is very reasonable, if I must say. Is it easy to get a job? That's a very tricky question. Yes, it might not be easy to get a job in the UK, but also it's easy for some people to get a job in the UK. So far you put in the work, I think you get a job as an international student, because it's usually part-time jobs. If you can tailor your CV to fit the job description, I would advise that you don't have a rigid CV that is one CV that is going to apply to all the jobs. No, if you have like 3 options, make sure you have 3, like you have 3 job options, make sure you have 3 different CVs to fit into each job role, because they just want to know that you have done something like that before. For example, if you're applying on Indeed, always have a supporting statement, like an application letter. I know overemphasize it. If let's say the word limit is 1,000, don't write 200 words and think, they'll just think you are just an unserious person. So if the word limit is 1,000, you can give them 1,000, give them 800 words in your supporting document or your application letter. Your CV must be tailored to UK standard. The last job you did must be close to the job you're applying for. I don't know if you get me. I don't want to start giving examples, but your last job must tally with, or should tally with the job you're applying for. So you cannot be, for example, a pharmacist and you're applying for kitchen porter. They're probably not going to take you. I won't do kitchen porter. They're probably not going to take you. I'm just citing an example, like just tone it down a bit, because it's part-time job. They don't need, oh, you're a doctor, you're a this, you're a that. They might not give you the job because they'd rather give someone that doesn't have that high level of education to do these part-time jobs. So just tone down your CV a bit, readjust it to fit the job description, and yes, I think you're going to get a job once you come into the UK as an international student. I got a job almost immediately I applied, because I already know how to write CVs from Nigeria. Like I write CVs for people for a living when I was in Nigeria. So having different CVs was easy for me. So if you need help with that, you can just let me know. You can message me on Instagram @TileBlack and I'll help you out. Then another question is that, will they log me out of my portal if I don't meet up with my school fees? Yes, some schools will log you out of your portal, which means you'll not be able to attend classes, you'll not be able to submit your assessment, which is bad, which is really bad. It means they are like repeating the class or whatever. But yeah, So when you're trying to choose a school in the UK, just try as much as possible to choose a very flexible school that will not give you too much wahala about school fees. Because there are some schools that you choke. For example, I've been seeing online T-side University, they're sending some of the students that have not been able to pay their school fees back to Nigeria. Imagine having to have paid more than half of your fees. Maybe you're paying 15,000, you have paid 12,000. They still send you back without even refunding your money. That's terrible. So do your due diligence. Know the schools that are flexible. Know the schools that are rigid, and avoid the rigid ones. It's as simple as that. When can I start applying for jobs? As soon as you get your NI, you can start applying for jobs, which takes 1 to 2 weeks to come. Yeah. Study a very lucrative course. Do your due diligence. Know the courses that have more job opportunities than the other, Don't just do a course because you feel like doing it and it sounds nice in the ear. Do a course that is very lucrative. You thank yourself for it after you get here that thank God saying that this course where I choose because the job market is not smiling at the moment because of this old requirement, like how much you have to earn before you can get sponsored in a job. So please choose a very good course. Don't just come to DK and say, let me come, baby. Let me come. Other people have come. Please don't come like that though. You just open your mouth, make your research. Don't be lazy. Don't just say, is this one because everybody's doing it. In fact, the very rare courses I feel like are the most lucrative courses, to be honest. Courses that not many people are doing. So please do your research. Please, I just got to beg you. Do your research before choosing a course. It is very important. Cost of living is high everywhere, I would say, because it has increased over the years, over the months even. Cost of living has increased. In Glasgow, it has increased, but there are still some places you stay that has a fairer cost of living. For example, if you want to go and stay in Edinburgh, in Scotland, Edinburgh is very expensive. Or you go to stay in city center of Glasgow, but you can stay in all these sub places. I cannot start mentioning names, but you get what I'm saying. Don't make sure you don't stay in the city gong or try and get house in the city gong. You can get houses maybe 40 minutes, 1 hour away from the city center. Affordable rent, affordable living. You don't have to spend all your money, and because you're paying school fees, you're not trying to impress anybody. You don't have to go and collect houses in, the high-end places. So yeah. There's general inflation at the moment and the cost of living is high. Yeah, cost of living is high, but you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. You just cut your coat according to your size, basically. Is it more difficult than living in Nigeria? Living in the UK can be difficult because you're going to work for every penny you get. When I mean work, if you have a 12-hour shift, you're going to work for 12 hours. If you have 10, you're going to work it. It's not like Nigeria that you just sit down, you can press in your phone and be like a Jessica. Nope. In fact, people only press their phones at work. Hardly will you pick a call at work, except maybe you're on your break or something, you're eating. So people might find that difficult that you're actually doing the work. The good thing about UK is you work and you get value for your money to an extent. So, and I feel like it's whatever you say that will become the reality. By God's grace, UK is easy for me. So if you say it's easy for you, to be easy for you too. I know there are a lot of negative things about international students suffering and all that, but if you make that your reality, I'm sorry, that becomes what happens to you. But I feel like if you work with the right set of people, you pray, you have faith in God, God is definitely going to direct your ways, give you to the right places and right people, and you make your sojourn in this country easy. If I want to expedite my job process, what is the best app to apply? You can apply on Indeed. You can apply for NHS jobs, on track jobs, or for example, My Job Scotland or NHS Scotland. Indeed Flex. I've heard about Indeed Flex. You can easily get part-time jobs there, agency, and all of that. I don't know much about these agency jobs, but I know that you can get quick jobs, part-time jobs on Indeed Flex. What is the most difficult aspect of living in Glasgow? I don't know. I don't know what's the most difficult. Experiences varies. Some people might say is the trying to find accommodation might be the, for me that was the hardest part. Trying to find accommodation in Glasgow was really difficult for me. You guys already saw a video where I was traveling from Aberdeen to Glasgow and I was trying to get a house. It was difficult. So I would say getting if you can get an apartment, that's like half of your problem have been solved. Like a good apartment that you're not paying so much for, half of your problem has been solved. Then feeding, you just buy things that you can afford, eat what you can afford, clothes, buy for places you can afford. There's no poor or rich person. Just buy anything you can afford, basically. Another question is, this question is also very tricky. Can you pay your school? Can you finish paying your school fees as an international student alone? It's tricky because if you don't get a very good job, maybe a job paying you £15 per hour, £17 per hour, £20 per hour, I don't know, if you are getting maybe £10 per hour plus the kind of accommodation you live in, I think for accommodation you should be looking around 350, 400. You can be lucky and get 300 actually. It depends on where you got the house and you're sharing with somebody. This price that I mentioned is you're sharing a room, like not sharing a room, sharing a flat with somebody, with a student. You can get houses for or rooms for as low as 350, 300, 400 pounds. It does depend, honestly. Then your feeding, your transport, and still paying school fees might be difficult, but people are doing it. Like, you're not going to be the first, and that you're going to be the last. I have people in my classes that came single, like they came alone, and yes, it might be difficult, but they are still going to pay now. Yeah, by God's grace, everybody will find their way. You are gonna find your way. My advice would just be try to pay above your initial deposit. For example, my school, GCE's deposit is £4,000. You can try to pay 6,000 or 5,000. No, that was before. Now the exchange rate is crazy. I wouldn't even advise. But if you have the money to just make your life easier, yeah, you can try. And that's why I said I should do your due diligence. If you're taking a school that every 2 months you must cough out £3,000, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know, because you might not even get a job immediately. Maybe you got a job after a month or 2 months, and school is already on your neck. Your rent is on your neck. Your landlord is on. It's going to be difficult. So please choose a school that will just first make your life easy with their instrumental payment. For example, my school, I don't know why I like GCU. They just have, God will bless GCU. God will really bless these people, because they'll send you mails, or they'll say, oh, you need to pay this so by this time. But it's nothing serious. It's just a general mail they're sending to everybody. I don't know if I'm wrong saying this before they can start doing nonsense now. But yeah, another advice would be to come for January intake, because January intakes usually have about 3 to 4 months of summer holiday to work full time. So that affords you enough time to be able to gather money to complete your school fees. January intake is the best if you are a single person. In fact, almost everybody is coming as a single person now, because there's no longer dependent visa, whatever. Unlike September said, I just have about 3 weeks scattered summer holiday. Yeah. I think that will be all. If you have any question in the comment section, please do well to ask them. People that have experience will reply you, and I will also reply you. If you think I did not answer any question, that's based on my own knowledge, to be honest. This is not something that happens generally. This is based on what I know personally. So you might have a different opinion, and that's fine. Okay, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.